you're still involved in cycling?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Well, you're at a bike race.
I'm at a bike race. I'm not with a team officially. I've come to help my son out. Tommy's riding today, so I've blown his tyres up.
When did you start? How young were you when you started?
13, 14.
Oh, right, same age as me.
Yeah.
And did you have any idea when you were that young? I mean, I can't remember those days, but that you were going to be as successful as you were.
No, hadn't a clue. Hadn't a clue. No, I loved getting away from school on my bike.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just loved it. But I was competitive. Whatever I did in sport, I was competitive.
Well, it's interesting. You were just talking about rugby. I used to avoid rugby at school because of the bike.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get injured.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I watched Scotland, England yesterday, and I got so frustrated watching England give the ball away all the time. I switched it off.
And what would highlight? What stands out? Because I know. You know, I look back at my career, which was only short, and there were races that I did well in that I'd forgotten about. But you know, what stands out for you in your career?
In my
beating Eddy Merckx, that stands out for me.
Well, yeah, I beat Eddy Merckx at Eastway in '77. Yellow jersey Tour of Switzerland, green jersey Tour of Swiss stage win, and I won around about 200 races as a pro.
Yeah.
And it took me a lot of years to become national road race champion. Yeah. That stands out because I beat Barry Hoban and he didn't like it.
And he's 8 stages of the tour.
8 stages. Some rider, Barry. Great respect for him. Yeah. Great respect, but he was never national champion. And I was getting on when I was national champion, and Barry was second, and he reckoned I switched him. He wouldn't get on the podium. But sorry, Barry, I didn't switch you.
And you were you actually based? Because you raced a lot abroad, but were you based still in England?
I was based in England. I only had one full season where I lived in Ghent, and that was '74 with the TR Rally team.
Yeah. And was travel that difficult in those days?
Travel.
Yeah,
travel was a different era, wasn't it? Yeah, I drove thousands and thousands of miles on my own. You know, I mean, when I lived in Ghent, you know, Post would tell us where the race was, and I'd get up at 5 and 6 o'clock, maybe drive 300 or 400 kilometres, race a couple of 100 k's, drive back home, wash my bike for the next day. I wasn't pampered by any means.
No, it's not like being in a team like Ineos or whatever, where you got someone to do everything for you.
It's another world. It's another world. Yeah.
What do you think to the days now? I mean, I did a list of World Tour and Pro Conti Tour riders. There's just so many Brits in there. It's so different. There's only a few of you.
Brits. I mean, yeah, English speaking, Aussies as well. You know, Kiwis. You know, New Zealand. It's a totally different world. Peter Post didn't want Brits in his team in '74.
Yeah.
But now, we've got. Look at young Pidcock. I was watching him yesterday at Newsblad. I rode that 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And Tom's ridden those roads, my son, and it's another world. It is another world.
Yeah. We're going to see you at any more races this year, do you think?
I'll pop up.
Because you've done a lot of work with teams, driving and de-essing and whatever.
Yeah, I've been with a lot of teams over the years, but lockdown. Just before lockdown, I was helping Wheelbase out, and then lockdown happened, and then it sort of finished for me, and I haven't really been involved since.
Yeah. Well, it's still there. Cheers.